Hi everyone, very good evening. Am I audible to you all? Kindly just let me know in the chat box so I can be assured that I am audible. Okay, I hope so that I'm audible to you. Please let me know in the chat box if I'm audible or not. Okay, great. I believe that I'm clearly audible to you all. Hi, everyone. Very good evening. Welcome to the episode 6 of Understanding Contracts Used in Various Industries. And our today's topic is contracts used in startups. Okay, so before starting with today's session, we let do let us know on which next topic you would like us to. So we have got two other topics on which we would like to have your comments, like whether you want us to cover contracts used in Shark Tank or types of startups, or if any other topic you have already in mind which you would like us to cover on, do let us know in the comment box. Okay, and make sure that you have already subscribed to our channel, because every Friday at 6 p.m. we go live discussing about different type of contracts used in various industries. So far we have covered contracts used in IT sector, contracts used in real estate sector, contracts used in media and entertainment industry, e-commerce industry, healthcare industry, and today is our episode 6, where we are going to understand contracts used in startups. Okay, so all right, till let me know from where you are joining, which place you are from. Do let me know in the chat box itself. Okay, so let's get started. Today's topic is my favorite topic. It's going to be very interesting because startups are now like very trendy. Even government is encouraging people to come up with their own startups, build their own business, right? So as a lawyer, it's very important for us to be aware of the agreements used in each stage of a startup, like how startups are founded, what are the agreements used in the same, how these agreements are different from your general contracts. It's very important for us lawyers to stay updated with latest trends, because if you are aware of these things, then only you'll be able to convert clients, right? So let's just get started with what type of contracts you'll be coming across when you start work. Certain concern that they want to start a startup, but they need a lawyer who can help them with the agreements that will be getting into use at every stage of their business. Okay, so let's start with a general differentiation, how startup agreements are different from your general contracts. So we all are aware that general contracts mainly deals with the purchase and sell of your product, purchase and sell of certain services. They majorly talk about the terms and conditions related to the purchaser and buyer, right? But startup contracts are very much different in nature. They are very much complicated in nature. They are kind of pre-stage agreements and during the business agreements. Purchase and sell agreements we will come across, of course they will be put into use once we start doing a business. What type of agreements are used when the business is getting established? At that time, what type of agreements are coming into use? Those are your startup contracts. So we'll be discussing about several type of these contracts in today's session. So let's just quickly understand how much you can charge per startup agreement as a lawyer. So it totally depends on the needs and requirements of the founder and the people who has requested you for a particular agreement. There are going to be several types of agreements which can be complex in nature and which are very much simple in nature. Based on the complexity of the agreement, you can create your standard charge, or based on your experience, if you are an experienced lawyer, then also you can charge comparatively a much higher rate compared to a fresher lawyer. Okay, so all these things are put into consideration whenever you are coming up with a certain amount that you have to share with your client. So all the complexities, jurisdiction, whether the jurisdiction will be India, whether it's an international contract, all these things will sum up when you are calculating the amount for a particular agreement. So usually you can charge in between starting 5,000 to up to 1 lakh and more, provided based on the value of the agreements you are creating. So if it's a investment agreement, you can comparatively charge more because they are very much complex in nature. Okay, all right, people who are joining right now, make sure that you have subscribed to our channel, because every Friday at 6 p.m. we go live and discuss about contracts used in various industries. And today's topic is our contracts used in startups. So let's get started with a story time. We'll be understanding about different type of contracts used in overall stages of a startup with the help of a story right now. So let's consider that there are two friends who are sitting at a cafe discussing about what they want to do, like how they want to start up a new business. They have a business idea in their mind. One of the friend, let's say Raj, he comes up with an idea that he is very much eager to start his own business, and he has already prepared a structure of it. He already has an idea which he wants to execute it. So he approaches his friend Neha, saying that, would you be interested in starting a business with me? Over here Neha says yes, but before sharing his idea, what Raj is going to do, Raj is going to enter into first agreement is our your non-disclosure agreement. Okay, this is our first category of agreement. Now let's understand why they'll be entering into NDA first before even sharing their ideas. Over here, Raj just had a consent from Neha that she's interested in doing a business, and Raj over here has already clear idea in his mind what type of business he wants to do. Maybe he has some special idea in his mind which no one has executed so far, but he needs to be assured that Neha is not going to take away this idea and use it as her own. So he's going to enter into non-disclosure agreement first, that is confidentiality agreement. This is very important agreement, and we discussed this agreement in almost all our series, that this agreement will come into use in every industry. So same over here, Raj is going to enter into NDA to make sure that whatever idea he's going to share with Neha, she's not going to share it with anyone else. Neither she's going to use it for herself, or not she's going to claim it as her own idea. In order to protect his idea, he is going to enter into first NDA. So we have done with NDA first. We have covered the NDA. Right now, he has trust on Neha that she's not going to use his idea, or neither she's going to claim his idea as her own, because she has signed an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. This thing is sorted. Now he's going to share his idea with Neha because they have already signed an NDA. Now he has trust on Neha. He is going to share his idea with Neha. After sharing his idea with Neha, sorry, now Neha is interested in doing the business. She says, okay, I'm interested in doing business with you. Let's discuss the points, like how we are going to do the business, what will be the shares and everything. They want to discuss, but they are sitting at a cafe right now. They don't have a lawyer. They don't have anyone else with them. They are just having a normal conversation that they want to do a business right now. So what they can do, in order to lock their deal, in order to seal their deal which they were doing, they entered into a napkin agreement. Now napkin agreement is an agreement written on a napkin. It's a normal agreement, but it is clearly enforceable. So any type of agreement, in whichever manner you have drafted it, even if it's on a napkin, it will be considered as clearly enforceable if it complies with all the essentials of contracts. Okay, so it doesn't depend what type of, how you are writing your agreement, whatever the mode is. If it is complying with essentials of contract, that agreement will be considered as completely valid in nature. Such example of this is the famous napkin agreement that was entered between Messi and FC Barcelona. So back when Messi was 13 years old, in order to lock the deal, Barcelona particular member, director, he entered into agreement with Messi's father, locking their deal that he's going to be the he's making a commitment to include Messi in their club. So this is one of the famous napkin agreement. You can Google this story. This agreement was sold in an auction as well, because this was the first agreement that created a deal while sitting at a cafe. So similarly, in our story, Raj and Neha entered into a napkin agreement where they mutually discussed about the basic details, like how they want to do the business, how they want to share the profits, who will be investing much. So all these things will be discussed in your founders agreement. This is an agreement entered between the founders of a company who decide how they will be giving themselves a title, what type of role they will be playing. Whether one partner will just be investing in the business and the other partner will be working on the business, how the things are going to be. Whether they are going to, what will be the share capital, how much amount they are going to invest, what will be their roles and responsibility, which partner will be having the decision making authority, so which partner will be having more control in the business. All type of these things will be discussed in your founders agreement, which in our scenario they have drafted in your napkin. So once they get proper usage and everything, they can approach a lawyer requesting him to draft a much proper agreement. But at this moment, since they wanted to lock their deal, they drafted normal points and everything on a napkin, and they both signed, locking their deal that now they will be doing a business together. Okay, so this was your first two agreements that every startup is going to enter into when they decide to start a business, that is NDA, in order to make sure that their idea is not getting stealed. Second is your founders agreement, where both the founders are going to discuss their roles and responsibilities and their share which they are going to share with each other, the amount of investment they are going to make in the business. Okay, so these are your two agreements. Now let's understand about other type of agreements with the help of understanding that the idea that Raj shared with Neha was with regard to a software product. They wanted to create a particular software. This was his idea. राज को एक सॉफ्टवेयर क्रिएट करना था. अब राज ने एक सॉफ्टवेयर ऑलरेडी क्रिएट कर दिया है. राज हैज ऑलरेडी प्रिपेयर्ड वन सॉफ्टवेयर. He is having the ownership of that software, right? Whoever creates the software, he holds the intellectual property of the same. But now, if they want to do business together, if he wants to include Neha in his business, Neha is over here a partner in business, and she will not be able to do business if Raj holds ultimate intellectual property rights of that particular product which they are planning to sell. Intellectual property rights are the rights given to you based on the work you have created, the original work you have created, right? So these are currently Raj rights. So in order to do business together, Raj needs to assign his ownership to the business. Like after signing the founders agreement, they both started approaching out to consultancy firms, like which type of business will be essential for useful for them, whether they should go with private company, whether they should go with LLP, whether they should go with partnership, and all these things, right? They will be deciding. So once they have registered their business and everything, let's say that they founded private company, private limited company with XYZ name. They have founded it. Now, Raj was the actual IP owner of that particular software that he aims at selling it. He needs to transfer his intellectual property rights of that particular software to the company. Companies have their own identity, right? Separate from its owner. Companies are perpetual in nature. That means evergreen in nature. Perpetual means whether the founder remains or not, the company will remain into existence. Correct? So, irrespective of whether the founders, people who have formed the company, are there or not, company will remain into existence for long. So now Raj needs to assign his ownership to the company so that now Neha can also work on this business, because now the ownership is transferred to the company. That means they both are working for the company, not single person is having overall control in that company. Neha is also assured that Raj has passed his ownership to the company. So now they both are working for one goal, that is to make profit, that is to sell their software product. Correct? So that is where your IP assignment agreement will come into use. All right. Now we'll be understanding about your employment and contractor agreement. So in now they have formed a company, they have started their business and everything. They will be needing employees. They will be needing people who can work with them, right? So they will be entering into employment or contractor agreement or freelancing agreement. So it totally depends on their budget. If they have budget, they can hire people as full-time employee, or they can hire them as freelancers as well, based on need to work on timely basis, whatever their requirement is. So for this, they will be entering into a separate agreement with the employee, that will be discussing about the payroll of that employee, for how long that employee will be working, what will be the roles and responsibilities of the employee, what will be the job title of employee, and everything. So in a company, there are several employees that are hired: manager, your legal associate, contract analyst, then your software developer, and a cybersecurity person. There are several type of employees you hire. So based on the type of employee you are hiring, you will be modifying these type of agreements and drafting its terms and conditions, right? So if you are interested much more in employment contract or freelancing agreement, we even have an upcoming course on employment contract drafting. You can check out our website. That's available for a minimal fee of 200 rupees only, where you'll be understanding how to draft these agreements. Okay, so now they have hired employees, they have hired freelancers as well. This is done. But now they need more advice. They have initially started the business, they are doing the business, but they need advice, like how to grow their business now, whom to approach, because there are times where startup people need investment as well. They are lacking investment. They had invested all their savings till now. Let's consider Raj and Neha have already invested their savings in their business till now. Now they need someone who can invest in their business, but they don't have any idea about this. So what they will do, they will reach out to an advisor, a person who specializes in guiding startup owners on how to get investment, how to create a pitch, and all these things. this advisor is going to advise them on these things, or it totally depends on companies as well. Like in our present scenario, they need a person who can advise them with regard to how to get investment into their business or how to convert clients. Mainly companies, even the developed companies who have been doing business for a very longer period of time, they still hire advisors. The reason being, let's say if it's a financial company who that specializes in providing financing related services, finance related services, they will be needing a help from a lawyer as well who can help them in particular matters, because that company's specialty is dealing with financial matters, not with legal matters. So they will be needing a lawyer who can guide them, right? So even the developed companies do need advisors agreement from time to time whenever they are looking out to seek advice from an expert person in a particular field. So in our scenario, Raj and Neha, they both want investors in their business. So for this, they reach out to a particular person who can guide them on how to get investors, how to pitch in front of them, and all these things. So in advisor agreement, you are going to discuss about the role of the advisor, what type of advice he's going to give them, for how long he's going to give them advice, whether he's going to give advice related to a particular project, and based on that he's going to charge them, whether he's going to charge based on hourly charges and all, or whether Raj and Neha are going to retain this advisor till the time they get proper investment. So there are chances that they have approached this advisor for helping them with the investment process, and they know that this process is going to be time taking. Let's say for a period of 6 months it is going to be time taking, and they don't want to miss out on anything. So they particularly retain this advisor to be with them throughout this journey of 6 months and guide them in each step of investment, so that they don't miss out on anything. Okay, so all these things will be covered in your advisor agreement. What will be the term for which advisor is getting hired, how much amount we are going to pay him, what will be the roles and responsibilities, and everything. This will be covered in advisor agreement. So I hope so far all these agreement roles are clear to you. Is it clear? Do let me know in the chat box like you guys are able to understand so far, so we'll be able to move ahead. Can I just know that it's clear to you all? Okay, let's understand about other types of agreements. Now, meanwhile, the advisor is advising them on how to reach out to investors and everything. They are working on their website. So, even the terms and conditions and the privacy policy or the refund policies which you come across on several websites, especially nowadays, all the businesses are doing their business online. E-commerce platforms are there, service providing platforms are there, right? Everyone have their own terms and conditions and everything. So all these terms of services and privacy policies are actually drafted by lawyers only, because these are your e-contracts. We might consider that these are just terms and conditions or privacy policy, but these are also drafted by lawyers. These are your e-contracts, the contract that companies entering into with bulk people. Do you know, even when you are scrolling through a website, you are entering into a particular agreement. Why? Just by browsing a website, you are entering into agreement. That agreement is your terms of service. So even if you purchase something from Amazon, you are kind of consenting to the terms and conditions of Amazon, like how you're purchasing the product, what type, how your data will be utilized, and everything. So without clicking on I agree or anything, you are accepting the terms and conditions of Amazon. This is an altogether another topic. But for now, just let's consider that Raj and Neha are creating a website for the same. They will be needing terms of service of how their software needs to be used, privacy policies like how they are going to utilize the data of the people who are going to use their software, right? So for this as well, they'll be needing a lawyer who is going to draft these type of agreements. These agreements are known as your e-contracts, electronic contracts. Now they are working on the website. Since they approached the advisor for the purpose of advising them with regard to investment, now they are pitching their business in front of investors. There are several investors. Investors are the people who are going to invest in your business in exchange of certain money, right? In exchange, it can be in form of equity, it can be in form of debt. So let's understand that with the help of your investment agreement. This is an agreement entered between the investor and the founders of the company, where they are going to discuss like how the investor is investing in their business, how much interest the investor is going to charge, for how long he has invested in the business, whether he will be having any ownership in that business by investment or not. So usually investments are done in two forms, equity and debt. Equity is when the investor is investing in your business, and in exchange he's getting certain ownership of your business. So if you have seen Shark Tanks or anything, you will see that they pitch saying that I'll invest 2 lakh rupees on your business, in exchange I need 2% equity or 3% equity, right? So that is their way of saying that I need 2% ownership on your business. That is one way. Now when they are investing in your business in form of equity, they don't expect you to repay them the money. They are not expecting you to do that, because they are kind of becoming the owner in that business. So whenever your business gets any profit, you have to share 2% of your profit with them, with the investors. That is your equity investment. Second is your debt. Debt is something, loan. You are giving a loan. So you'll see that if I'm giving you 2 lakh rupees as debt, that means after a certain period of time, let's say 6 months, 1 year, whatever the tenure is, you have to repay me this money along with the interest amount. So during this time, you will be paying me a particular interest on the amount I have invested in your business. And then after expiration of that particular time, you're going to repay me this money. All right, so these are your two types of investment that are discussed in your investment agreement, like how the investors are investing, whether they are investing in exchange of ownership. If they are investing in exchange of ownership, how much control they will be having in business, whether they will be actively participating in day-to-day activity of business, in taking decisions of the business, whether they will be having ownership to control major decisions of the business, all these things. If they are investing as a debt, how much interest they are going to charge, within how much time we have to repay them the money, what will be the consequences if business doesn't goes well, at the time of winding up, how do we have to repay them back, all these things will be discussed in your investment agreement. Are we gonna have any reaction from your end, so I know that you guys are understanding? At least a thumbs up or anything. Okay. All right. Now, next is our safe convertible note. Now, this is another type of agreement. So, that is basically entered at the time of businesses. Like when we are pitching out to the investors, there are certain stages where the founders have just came up with the idea. They haven't launched their product in the market, right? There are certain scenarios where they are still working on their idea, they are still forming up the business, but they haven't launched their product in the market. So at that time as well, they will be needing investments. Correct? They still will be needing investments at that time. So SAFE is your simple agreement for future equity. The full form of SAFE is your simple agreement for future equity. They are also known as your convertible notes. Now, what are these type of agreements? These agreements are mainly entered when the product has not been launched in the market and the startup is in need of money right now. So even in order to work on a product, you will be needing certain type of investment, right? And it's not predictable like how much profit your business will be making in future. The investor is not assured of whether this idea will work or not. There are chances like that. So what they are going to do, they are going to enter into simple agreement, that is going to discuss like, right now I'm investing in your business, let's say 10 lakh rupees I'm investing in your business, with future possibility of converting it into equity. Okay, means right now I'm investing in your business, अभी मैंने आपके business पे 10 लाख रुपए invest किए हैं, फ्यूचर पॉसिबिलिटी पे आई हैव द ऑप्शन, मेरे पास ऑप्शन है कि मैं इस पैसे को ओनरशिप में कन्वर्ट कर दूं, based on like when your business starts earning profit after a certain stage, I'll convert my investment into ownership. That means I'll convert them into equity. Okay, so that is your simple agreement. Now there are also options. What other thing this particular agreement will be talking about? What if the business is not earning any profit? What if it never earns any profit, or I don't want to convert my ownership into, like, I don't want to convert my investment into ownership. I don't want to do that. So right now I was not sure whether I want to give it to you as a loan or whether I want ownership in your business. I just wanted to invest in your business to see how it takes off. All right, so I invested in the same. Later on, I don't want to get any ownership on the same, so what I'll do, I'll be getting interest all along this time. So let's say, in the agreement the term was 1 year. In this 1 year, if I decide that I want to convert my investment into ownership, I'll be getting particular percentage, whatever we had agreed. Let's say 8% ownership on investment of 10 lakh, that will be converted after 1 year. If I decide I don't want ownership, then throughout this 1 year, you will be paying me interest on my invested amount. And after the expiration of 1 year, you will be paying me the money, the invested money, you'll be paying me back. Okay, so all these things will be covered in your safe or convertible agreements. Safe, again, I'll just repeat, the full form of it is simple agreements for future equity. Agreement entered with an option of converting your investment into equity. All right, so these are your different type of agreements. Now we have got investment as well. Now we'll be entering into another type of agreement, that is a shareholders agreement. This particular agreement will be discussing about how much share each founder is having, based on their investment as well, how much amount they have invested, based on that how much investment they are getting. So shareholders agreement, you can consider it in a simple example. When you purchase any share of a company on public portal, the companies which are public companies, you purchase share of them. By purchasing that share, you are purchasing the ownership of that company. And once you do so, you are entering into a shareholders agreement where you are getting right to vote in that company's decision. Wherever there is a major decision that needs to be taken with regard to the company, since you are a shareholder, you will be taking participation in the voting rights. You will be having certain voting rights. You will be having share percentage, like whatever amount you'll be receiving in form of dividends, how much amount you'll be receiving in form of profits, how you'll be dealing with the losses of the company, and all these things will be covered in your shareholders agreement. All right, so these were your major financial agreements. Now Raj and Neha wants to particularly provide their services to some other people, or want to get out of their comfort zone and reach out to vendors who are going to sell their agreement. So what they are going to do, they will enter into separate vendor or service agreement. So in this particular agreement, what they are doing, they can be either providing the service or they can be either taking up the service, right? So service agreement, what they are basically doing, they are kind of, you're providing service to someone else. They are providing service, since they created a product that was a software, this particular software they are providing as a service to some other company. So let's say that this particular software was created for helping businesses with their contracts. So even in your legal companies, every company nowadays uses contract management tools. These tools help you with the management of contract on day to day basis. Like, you nowadays don't draft your traditional contracts, right? You draft it on word file, you keep the records on your computer. So in order to help you with all these things, there are tools that have been created that help you in managing these contracts. Okay, so let's consider that Raj and Neha had created a contract management tool. They are providing this tool in form of subscription to the companies. Companies are taking subscription of these tools from them. So for that, they will be entering into your service agreement, where they are going to discuss about details like how much subscription amount they are going to charge, for how long they are going to provide these services, and everything. Correct, so this is one thing. Now let's say that they also want to develop one more software. They are in progress of creating one more software, and this particular software has been requested by a client. One client has came up and requested them for the creation of one software. He wants a software to be created. So what they are going to do, they are going to charge this client based on the level of development of their software. So that is your service level agreement. When I'm creating a software, of course, it's not an easy task. It's going to be a time taking task because it will involve coding, it will involve designing of the software, it will involve a lot of things, right? So in this time, how I'll be creating the agreement based on milestones, that is the level of goals, achievements. So once I have prepared this particular thing, once I have prepared the coding of the software, that is my first service, the client will be paying me for that. Next, I have prepared the design of the software, again the client will be paying me that. So based on the levels of my service, the client is going me to pay me, that is known as your service level agreement. Okay, this is one of the example. Another example is your outsourcing agreement. Now outsourcing basically refers to the services that you are sourcing it out from your business to a third party. In this particular scenario, what we are doing, we are picking up a third party. Let's say that your company have an internal legal counsel team, they have the lawyers and everything, but for certain dispute they still need expert advice. They, let's say that your company has expertise in handling contracts and everything, but a civil suit has been filed, right? Now your internal in-house counsel doesn't have expertise in handling this type of matter. What you will be doing, you will be outsourcing this particular service to a particular law firm that has expertise in dealing with civil matters, right, that practices in court. So that is your outsourcing, sourcing out a particular service to a third party. For this we'll be entering into outsourcing agreement, and this particular agreement is nowadays entered between a lot of multinational companies as well. Mainly your Infosys, Wipro and all these companies, they do enter into outsourcing agreement where they get foreign clients who are looking out for lawyers, and Infosys provide them Indian lawyers, get the work done by us, and provide them these type of services. So services with regard to your contract review, contract drafting. Contracts are kind of universal in nature, right? It, there's a minor difference based on the jurisdiction and laws of different countries. So if you're a lawyer, even though you have studied in India but have got knowledge about US laws, UK laws, you'll be at a position to draft an agreement for a US client, right? So these are more of your outsourcing agreement. Next is our channel partner or reseller agreement. So let's consider now we'll be taking another example over here. Okay, let's say the central AC that gets installed in offices, in malls and everywhere, right? So how do they get installed? There are several companies who install ACs, LG and other type of companies, right? So what they are doing, they are hiring channel partners or resellers who are reaching out to the client, who are bringing their product into the market. They reach out to the clients directly in on behalf of the company as company's channel partner and get the ACs installed. So these are the partners who are working along with the company as partners with a major focus on selling the particular product. So in this agreement, you will be deciding about the jurisdiction, like the channel partner jurisdiction, whether he will be working on particular area. It's limited to Delhi, it's limited to Pune, it's Mumbai. So whatever need and requirement arises in that particular jurisdiction, Delhi, he will be dealing with all the matters related to the same. So the that's the main function of your channel partner or reseller agreement, where we are going to discuss about how much the particular channel partner will be getting on each sale, how much percentage he will be getting, of what will be his target to achieve, and all these things will be covered in your this particular agreement. Lastly, let's say there are scenarios when the startups like they are thriving, they are earning a lot of profit, right? So now the founders have two options. They either can continue with the business or they can get out of the business. Same goes with your investors as well. They have the option to remain as owner in that business, or they can decide to get out of business. So what they can do, they can exit the business. For this we have exit and buyout agreement. Exit clearly explains that if I no longer want to work in the business, what will be the legal process through which I can get out of the business. You cannot simply say that I no longer want to do this business, I don't want to be a partner or anything, right? There should be a proper formal procedure for the same. All these things will be covered in detail in your exit agreement, that explains like if you're exiting from your agreement, how you're transferring your roles and responsibilities, how you are sharing your profits, whether we have to pay you like the certain profit you have earned so far, how much amount we need to pay you, and all these things will be explained. Buyout agreement, let's say if there were three founders in the agreement, if there were three founders who started the startup. Now one founder wants to work in overall business. He don't want to do it in partnership. He wants to have ultimate control in the business. So he can offer the buyout thing, where he's saying like, I want to buy your shares. So let's say that the shares were divided on 75 and 25 basis. Sorry, my maths is not mathing right now. So let's just consider 50%, 25%. Okay. So this was the percentage of each partner. Now the 50% partner wants to have complete ownership in the business. He can offer, like to the other two buyers, he can offer them a particular amount, and if they agree with the same, he can buy out them, like he can buy their shares and get them out of the business. So that is also covered in your exit and buyout agreement, the way through which a partner can have complete ownership in the business or can get outside the business. All these things are covered in your exit and buyout agreements. Okay, so with that, we have covered everything with related to your startup contracts. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. Make sure that you have liked, shared, and subscribed. If you liked our particular series, do share it with your friends. Next topic will be contracts used in sports industry. So this is a series where we are covering contracts used in various industry. If you have any other topic on your mind which you would like us to cover on, do let us know in the comment. Will be trying to cover the same topic. Okay, we go live every Friday at 6 p.m. where we discuss about contracts used in various industries. We had also asked you in the starting, like which type of next topic you would like us to cover on next, whether it's contract used in Shark Tank. So over there we'll be discussing about what are the each in each step what type of contract you are entering into. And the second topic is types of startups, where we are going to discuss like what are the different type of startups, how they get investment, and all these things. Apart from this, if you already have any topic in your mind which you would like us to conduct, do let us know in the comment. Okay, so or if you are someone interested in learning about drafting, then we do have a course on contracting starting from your 28th August. You can join that live course. Over there we'll be understanding about NDA drafting, master service agreement drafting, service level agreement drafting, and much more. How these agreements are useful in corporate, what's the purpose of them, and there will be practical assignments as well where you will be drafting these agreements. All right, so in case you have any other query or would like to know about our courses, do visit our website www.ledroitindia.in. Thank you so much for joining today's session. Hope you enjoyed it. Until then, bye bye. See you next Friday, where our topic is going to be contracts used in sports industry. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.